Today was probably the most dramatic day that we have seen so far in these 4 weeks of proceedings. And first, we were there and stunned as this confrontation was confused as to why we had to leave. In fact, an attorney representing journalists stood up and objected to the reporters having to leave. But as you see us here, dozens of journalists escorted out into the hallway this afternoon. We now know from court transcripts during our absence, Judge Merchan threatened to hold a veteran attorney on the stand in contempt for his repeated disrespect. The defense was warned against this wild card witness, and it went as well as the state had hoped. As the criminal case against former President Donald Trump winds down, raucous moments in the courtroom Monday after the defense called witness Robert Costello, a former advisor to Michael Cohen in his time of crisis turned adversary, meant to impeach his credibility.
I used to be deputy chief of the criminal division in the Southern District of New York. I wouldn't have touched a guy like Michael Cohen, especially if he's a convicted perjurer.
But legal watchers say Costello did little to help Mr. Trump's case, becoming visibly upset at Judge Juan Merchan's rulings over his testimony, muttering at times, "geez," and "ridiculous." Merchan then abruptly stopping testimony, excusing the jury to lecture the legal veteran, saying, "If you don't like my ruling, you don't say geez, and you don't say strike it, because I'm the only one who can strike testimony in court. You don't give me side-eye, and you don't roll your eyes." And then, accusing Costello of staring him down, Merchan cleared the courtroom to dress him down.
A highly political judge, a totally conflicted judge, who just did something that nobody's ever seen.
Earlier on day 19, the state rested its case after Michael Cohen's days-long testimony, who admitted under cross-examination to having once pocketed $30,000 while working for Mr. Trump. The defense asking, "So you stole from the Trump Organization?" "Yes, sir," Cohen replied.
The witness lies, steals from the defendant, says he has a financial interest in the verdict.
And before court concluded, the defense asked the judge to consider an all-out dismissal, saying Cohen's testimony failed to prove the state's case.
Before Cohen's testimony, I thought there was no way there could be an all-out acquittal. But now I think there is a slightly higher chance of an acquittal than a conviction.